He tweeted this and said, "KRIS Tyson supported the cartoon artist Shadman that drew my daughter at age 8.
It's great that you pointed this out, Brett. You're pointing out that clearly, Keemstar was offended. He was upset, and he has a right to be. And you brought up the fact that this allegation was brought to the forefront of the situation, and you did your due diligence journalistically, and I think that's great. MrBeast. Brett Cooper made a video about it. What did Brett Cooper have to say? What did Sweetie have to say? Sweetheart, my angel, my Jewish princess. What did she have to say about this? You guys like Brett Cooper? What do you guys think about Brett Cooper? I know she's married. But there's always a chance. There's always a chance, in my opinion. The weirdest thing about Brett Cooper is the fact that she's one of these commentary channels, but she's a part of this Daily Wire Republican conservative media industrial complex, right? Which is really interesting. It's basically this Daily Wire has just created a fake commentary channel. I mean, it's a real commentary channel, but look at the background, right? Does this really look like a studio? It kind of looks like it's supposed to be a really nice bedroom. It looks like Pokemon's background, but it's not. It's like an AstroTurf commentary YouTuber. Now, I don't know if she writes her videos. I don't know if this is actually her commentary. It's hard for me to say, but she's like an industry plant.
I mean, that's his real name, has faced a lot of backlash. And some of it has been very ridiculous, and I have come to his defense many times. Like people saying that him digging...
Whoa, you come to his defense. She's come to his defense, bro. Someone took your idea? Yeah, it's called the Daily Wire, and they did it before me. This is what I need. I need a Daily Wire media empire for commentary channels. How cool would that be? How swag would that be?
Digging wells for children in Africa and helping blind people see again is him just fishing for views and wanting attention and being some sinister white savior. They literally called him sinister. But some of it has been...
What is up with all the camera angles? Why is she looking around? She's you've got this camera angle. In the first 20 seconds, we've seen this camera angle. We've got this side profile. We've got this view. We've got this one. Back to this one. And then we've got a close-up. How many camera angles do we have? Female Oompaville, yeah, female Jewish right-wing Oompaville, basically. That's what we're looking at here. But is it the question is it a problem? Do we have a problem with this, chat? I don't know if we do.
To him. One person who has collaborated with MrBeast literally since the beginning, since 2012, before the channel even remotely started to take off, came out as trans last year. This person is named Ava KRIS Tyson, formerly just KRIS Tyson. Tyson came out last year. Tyson's wife was then served with the divorce papers, and their child was walked out on. And since then, Tyson has only been causing problems for MrBeast and his brand. But until now, MrBeast has been defending his friend, and he's blown off all of these criticisms as transphobic, of course.
Guys, I think you might all have to forgive her for being Jewish and looking like Ben Shapiro, because come on. I mean, come on. She's married, right? No. Brett, no, it should have been me. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this, Brett? Who is this? Who is this? You're telling me you married him over me, bro? Come on. Come on, Brett. Come on. Who is this guy? Who the is this? This is the guy that stole her away from me? Brett Cooper, just imagine if you're watching this, we could have the greatest commentary empire. We could have the greatest commentary empire of all time. She's cute, but she'd be annoying as hell. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good that she's annoying. Have you ever thought about that? You ever thought about maybe it's a good thing? I mean, this guy. What does this guy have that I don't have? What does this guy have that I don't have, chat? What? Come on. What does he have? What does this guy have? Thomas, I'm not jealous at all. I don't care. I'm unbothered. Who is this guy? Who is this guy, dude? You know what he looks like? He looks like bro, my mom used to make me watch this show. It's actually not a bad show. Called The Good Wife. He looks like this guy, Josh Charles. He looks like him. Doesn't he look a lot like him? He looks a lot like him, bro. Am I wrong? He looks quite a bit like him. What the hell? And where am I in this equation? Where am I? If you can't have her, go for Ben Shapiro instead. Good idea. She's a failed actress. Aren't all these people failed actresses? All the conservative talk show people, whatever, commentators, Steven Crowder's a failed comedian.
Of course, because that is what you do in 2024. But now it has come out that Tyson has allegedly acted inappropriately with minors. And so everything has changed. And the way that people online are responding to these allegations versus others that we've seen recently is absolutely worth unpacking. Before we dive in, though, make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the comment section.
Yes, anything for you.
Channel if you have not already. And of course, ring that notification bell.
Yes, Brett. All notifications. All notifications for you, Brett. All notifications. She got that stank. Hey, leave my girl alone, Wavy Web Serve. Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
So that you never miss one of our uploads. All right, so all of this started last week when a couple of YouTube videos were...
Leave a comment. Hello, princess. We're going to go with hello, princess. All right, chat? How tall are you? For the purpose of Brett Cooper, I'm 6'4", okay? Leave me alone. I commented. She wanted to comment.
posted exposing Ava Chris Tyson. And in them, they had screenshots from a Discord channel where Tyson, at 20 years old, allegedly had been...
It's server, Brett, okay? I know you're not as online as me. It's called a Discord server. It's a Discord server, Brett, okay? So get the allegations right. It's a server, just to be clear.
Communicating inappropriately with a 13.
Why is she wearing Beats, though? Who wears Beats? Does anyone actually wear Beats? Does anyone? I don't think anyone wears Beats.
And then allegedly, they had later met up when the boy was 16 years old. And people online immediately went on the defense. These claims were immediately labeled as...
I'm not betting on Muay Thai.
...transphobic, and many people just blew them off altogether. But interestingly...
Every time I look in your eyes, Brett Cooper, every time I look in your eyes, I feel mesmerized. There's not a single star in the sky that can outshine your beauty. I love you. I've loved you for so long. I don't know how I was living without you. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. That's what's up, Chris. I mean, not Chris, Brett. Freudian slip, not Chris. I meant Brett.
Just a few hours after this, Tyson deleted his entire Twitter presence, which had already been the center of previous controversies in the last year after people had dug up old tweets that did not show him in a favorable light. And an innocent person just does not do that. You do not wipe your entire Twitter presence of over...
That's an excellent point, Brett. Honestly, I think you're speaking facts. There's no reason for an innocent person to wipe their Twitter. There's absolutely no reason, Brett. There's no reason. I think you're right. You know, there's no other explanation. I think you're right, and we should hang out.
For 14 years.
14 years.
Like that. However, a wrinkle was thrown into the story when the alleged victim who was spoken about in those videos came to Tyson's defense.
Whoa.
He goes by Lava GS, and he said...
He came to Tyson's defense. You raised an excellent point. He did come to Tyson's defense. He said he wasn't groomed. He said there was no improper behavior. Now, how is Brett going to respond, guys? How is Brett going to respond to this, okay? Is there going to be, you know, some kind of excellent rebuttal? Or is Brett going to the liberal mainstream media? I have a feeling she will not, but we're going to see. We're going to see what's going on here. We're going to see how she responds to that kind of allegation, okay?
These videos are massive lies, and they're twisting the truth. Ava never did anything wrong, and just...
She reads the tweets so good. Have you guys noticed? Like, she reads tweets good. She's a good tweet reader.
Few edgy jokes. I was never exploited or taken advantage of. Can you do me a favor and comment on these videos and tell them to stop spreading lies? This situation takes away from children who are actively being exploited every day online. I am not a victim of anything being claimed in these videos or at all. And obviously, that was a huge development. Some people were thanking him for being honest and defending Tyson. Others were...
Right. I mean, you got to represent both sides, Brett. You got to represent his side. You got to represent Chris's side. You got to be, like, clear with the allegations. Like, you know, got to represent the critical side that you may have. Like, you got to... You know, you got to represent every viewpoint, Brett. So I think you're doing a great job of that, and I respect your journalistic integrity. I'm sure you wrote this video.
We're saying things like this: you've been groomed, man, you're a victim, you don't have to protect these people. Another person said, that's called grooming. You are not supposed to feel like it was wrong. But for about 5 minutes, it seemed like everything might die down. Like that was the only situation.
It seemed like it might die down.
Everything can go back to normal. Tyson's going to go back and make more videos with MrBeast. They're going to keep digging wells, whatever. I mean, at this point in the story, I was already feeling...
Digging wells for the African children. Imagine how many children in Africa are without water right now. Imagine how many children in Africa are without water, thanks to KRIS Tyson, okay? That's the greatest crime in all of this. There's so few wells being built right now, okay? There's so few wells. There's so few wells being built. And who do we have to thank for that? KRIS Tyson. KRIS Tyson is making the African children starve! Okay? It's disgusting and it's foul.
Super mixed up, like I had whiplash. There were all of these comments going back and forth. My wires were all mixed up, which would not happen at Pure Talk. With Pure Talk, your wires were...
Oh, come on, Brett. Come on, Brett. You can't hit me with a spot already. Come on, Brett. Don't do that to me.
Just to top it all off, the service is fantastic. You will never have your wires mixed up.
Right, honestly, you're right. My wires won't be mixed up. You're right.
Unlike this current situation, which is just so hectic.
It's so hectic.
Because the next morning, Tyson dropped this tweet.
Guys, she's going to read this tweet really good. One, if she's going to read it good. Two, if she's going to read it bad. What do you guys think is going to happen? I feel like she's going to read it really good. And she's going to do an excellent job, and she's the greatest tweet reader of all time. Boblax BTFO. Boblax is nothing. Boblax can't read tweets anything close to how Brett Cooper can do it, okay? Brett Cooper is the goddess at reading tweets, the Aphrodite, the princess of reading tweets, and she's going to do an excellent job here. Just let it be known. Her voice is like music. It is. It's like a beautiful symphony to my ears, okay?
To apologize for any of my past behaviors or comments if it hurt or offended anyone. That's just like the classic apology. You're not actually apologizing for doing...
Right. It's like Logan Paul. It's like a dishonest apology. Like, it's like, you know, I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. You know, dishonest apology, not really doing a good job of addressing specifically what happened. It's, you know, not addressing the inherent irresponsibility, not addressing the Shadman stuff. I mean, not even bring it up at all. You know, I mean, I think Brett is a really good point here. And I think that Brett is doing an excellent job. And I think that I love the Daily Wire.
doing anything wrong. I'm sorry if you were offended by what I said. I'm not actually sorry for it. I'm just sorry.
Brett-based.
For you. So you're not actually apologizing for doing anything wrong. I'm sorry if you were offended.
Are you hard right now? I'm not hard at all. There's no bulge you can see. There's no visible bulge going on. Okay, no bulge. I'm not gooning. This is a respectful. This is a respectful proposition of holy matrimony. Okay, respectful, very respectful. Respectful. Okay. And currently, you are very on point, but not as on point as Brett Cooper.
By what I said, I'm not actually sorry for it. I'm just sorry for you. That's
PewDiePie moment.
basically what Tyson is saying. It was not my intent. Seeing recent events, we've mutually decided that it's best that I permanently step away from all things MrBeast and social media to focus on my family and my mental health. I personally would have been focusing on my family and my mental health long before this, and here's
me too. You got to always focus on your family mental health. Like, you can't leave that behind. Like, you got to always be focusing on your family mental health. You know, you can't abandon your child. You can't you can't be doing that kind of stuff. You got to be focusing on them the entire time. And if you're focusing on your family mental health, then you won't be focusing on Discord gooning servers, and you won't even run into that problem in the first place. As Brett is saying so eloquently, she's on point as always. I mean, I love Brett Cooper. I mean, I'm just a critical viewer of her. You know, when she's wrong, she's wrong. When she's right, but she's also always right. So just keep that in mind.
Situation, but hey. That is just me. But hey, maybe Tyson did see this as a wake-up call, just wanted to take a step back.
Right.
But no, we only had 5 minutes of believing that. Because later that day, more bombs dropped.
More bombs dropped. Now, she makes sure to say allegedly, because she's covering the allegations allegedly. So she's not going to come out and take a super strong stance, because she wants to stay middle of the road, stay impartial, despite her conservative leaning. She doesn't want to, jump the gun on these allegations. She covers it responsibly, just like me.
Allegedly. And this is when people started making comparisons to Dr. Disrespect, who was in a very similar situation just a couple of weeks ago. We did an episode about that. We can link it below. And there's a lot of similarities between these two situations. But contrary to the Dr. Disrespect scandal.
But there is a difference, as she's going to point out. There is a big difference. What's she going to say? What is the difference, Brett?
We actually have texts. Allegedly, with Tyson, we have the evidence. Allegedly.
We have the evidence. Allegedly. Ooh, notice that little meme. She's like, allegedly. That's a good meme, bro.
Below. And there's a lot of similarities between these two situations. But contrary to the Dr. Disrespect scandal, we actually have texts. Allegedly.
It's allegedly.
With Tyson, we have the evidence. Allegedly. And that is what dropped right after Tyson and MrBeast mutually decided that he was permanently going to step away. So first of all, accounts were quick to post old tweets, like this one where Tyson talks about off to a type of anime where women are portrayed as little girls.
No! What the hell? That's disgusting. That's disgusting, Brett. You're right. She is right. I mean, she is right. It is foul. It's disgusting. I mean, she's informing the Daily Wire audience of this stuff. I mean, let's see here. KRIS's ex-wife should actually take full custody with the child. It's actually concerning. KRIS is an absolute sicko. Saying I miss the old KRIS now has a completely different meaning. Wow. Megumi says, as a representative of females named Ava, we do not accept KRIS. We do not accept KRIS. Wow. I think they're raising great points, and so is she. They're raising great points because she raised great points. She's cultivated an audience that loves her and respects her, and, is respecting the fact that she covers these allegations properly. It's amazing.
Tyson said, nothing gets my cranking like some... Ooh. And then another streamer who goes by Keemstar took to Twitter...
A streamer that goes by Keemstar. Now, Brett, have to call you out here a bit. I probably wouldn't call Keemstar a streamer. I mean, has he streamed? Does he do local live? Yes. Is he really a streamer, though? I wouldn't say so. I would say he's more of a Twitter guy? I don't know. Snapchat star, but you know what? It's fine. I'll leave that alone. You're still doing a great job. You didn't know. You didn't know. So just, hit me up next time for more accurate info. Okay.
To talk about the fact that Tyson consistently supported a child.
This picture of Keemstar is so funny. I love this picture of Keemstar. He's mewing. He's smoldering. What does Keemstar look like without the beard? No way. That's Photoshop. That's Ethan. Wait, this is him without the beard? What the hell? Wait, hold on. I just saw a young meme star there. Where was that? Whoa, young meme star. Wow. It's like his hair just did a reverse. His hair just went from the top of his head to the bottom of his head. I think Keemstar should just show off the head more often. I think it's cool. It's a good look, honestly. I don't really like all the hats, Keemstar is the world's most powerful gnome. You're right, Mr. Obvious. He is. He is the world's most powerful gnome. I mean, look at the power exhumed by this look. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's righteous. It's based. I think it's great. I think it's cool. But not as cool as Brett Cooper, obviously. Not nearly as cool as Brett Cooper. Not nearly as cool as Brett, who is the coolest.
artist who had drawn Keemstar's daughter. He tweeted this and said, "KRIS Tyson supported the cartoon artist Shadman that drew my daughter at age 8.
It's great that you pointed this out, Brett. You're pointing out that clearly, Keemstar was offended. He was upset, and he has a right to be. And you brought up the fact that this allegation was brought to the forefront of the situation, and it's you did your due diligence journalistically, and I think that's great. Young Keem is definitely in a new metal band. He looks like Fred Durst, yeah.
In a manner.
Is that swag?
This is a known fact. Privately,
this
me
bit
and
is getting old. What bit? What bit? I'm just reviewing this allegation video, seeing if it's great, which it is, as always, from Brett Cooper, because she does a great job.
KRIS Tyson even had a conversation about this roughly a month ago, as it still upsets me. This is not misinformation. This is a fact.
This is a fact.
Keemstar has a lot more information about this, about that artist. If you go to his page, you can read all of those tweets.
Yes.
It is a wild and just sickening story.
Sickening.
And this is somebody that Tyson was standing behind for years. But that's not all. Next up, this account compiled even more of this evidence, alleged, and said, KRIS Tyson from MrBeast is far worse than Dr. Disrespect, but the so-called influencers haven't said a word about it. Number one, KRIS had inappropriate conversations with several minors, allegedly. Number two, he used the N-word with hard R on stream.
Now, Chris, I feel like, that's the one point I could defend you on, because that would be cool. And Brett, I'm hoping that you're going to defend KRIS Tyson here on this N-word point, because I know that you like it. I know you say it in private, with your so-called husband that you're married to that isn't me, okay, whoever that guy is, whatever you guys are up to there. I don't know what's going on there, but I think you guys both say it, or actually, I think you say it and he refuses to say it. You say, N-word please, and I think he says, that's not cool. Hey, that's not cool. And you respond saying, man, I wish I had a husband that would say the N-word. Now, I wonder who you could date / marry / give your life to that would say that word. I don't know who that could be. I don't know who would do that, honestly. Brett Cooper looks like a female Ben Shapiro, Brenda Shapiro, if you will. What's wrong with that?
Number three, provided revenge for kids, allegedly. Now, in this post, he had more screenshots of the texts and the messages and conversations between this minor and Tyson. He had clips of him saying the N-word and a lot of things on streams with minors. But what shocked me the most was number three, the revenge.
Number three.
Years ago, on Tyson's YouTube channel, this was uploaded.
Recently, everybody's been hearing about the Jeanette McCurdy leak of her photo. What the story is, she sent pictures to her boyfriend, her now ex-boyfriend, and he leaked them out. But the link's in the description if you want to see them.
Look at her face. She's disturbed.
I mean, I'm not endorsing people to go look at somebody else's private business, but I know that...
Wow, look. She's calling him out, finally.
People might want to see
Ben Shapiro.
It's there if you want it.
I'm not endorsing people going and looking at somebody else's private business. Photos that have been leaked by an angry ex-boyfriend. But yeah, let me link that in the description below.
Whoa.
Because you
Call him
might
out.
be
Get his
interested.
ass.
Are you kidding me?
Are you
All of
kidding
this is
me?
just...
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Photos that have been leaked by an angry ex-boyfriend. But yeah, let me link that in the description below. Because you might be interested.
Are you kidding me?
All of this is just absolutely disgusting behavior. And then to really top it all off, because we're not done, a different young
top it off
man uploaded this.
Top it off.
KRIS Tyson from MrBeast used me, manipulated me, and did very inappropriate things with me while I was about 15 years old. Not only did we do a lot of unpaid work for him,
for Tyson, idolized him, gamed with him. He has all the receipts of him working.
I think the headphones are even plugged in. No.
With Tyson, all of that is at the beginning of the
yes, of course they are.
video. But I mean, like, Tyson
They're
is
just plugged in under the desk.
done. And by last night, MrBeast finally released a statement. He said, over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's
Stop what off, Tom? The allegations.
behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts.
Me too.
During that time, I've been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure that I have all the facts.
Right.
That said, I have seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast.
Now, how is Brett going to respond? Is Brett going to say this is a good response, or is Brett going to say this is a bad response and Jimmy Beast needs to be held more accountable because he knew? What's she going to go with? What do you guys think? What's she going to say? Who knows?
Investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings. Yeah, mutual decision to permanently step back my ass. Ava KRIS Tyson. Tyson was fired, which is exactly what should have happened. And many people still are not happy with this because they think that MrBeast knew about all of this, was covering it up with NDAs, or has had inappropriate interactions with minors himself. Allegedly, I have not seen hard evidence of this yet. If I do,
Me neither.
we will do another episode.
We'll do another episode because you got to follow it up, When you make a claim like this, you got to treat it responsibly. But in the future, when there's an update, you need to be able to follow that up and inform the audience about what may have happened, The response is really bad because he's denying all knowledge. If that's a lie, he's basically screwing himself. The truth comes out. Yeah. if the truth comes out, if it does. But if it comes out, we'll have a new Brett video about it to go over it, thankfully.
But Keemstar says that this is just the tip of the iceberg, so we will see what comes out next.
Top,
but what I do
top of the iceberg, getting topped off on the iceberg.
want to talk about right now is the online reaction to all of this. Because like I said earlier, this has been drastically different to the response to Dr. Disrespect. I mean, he was slammed by the mainstream media. Meanwhile, here's an example of a headline that was just run about Tyson. This is from Rolling Stone. KRIS Tyson steps away from all things MrBeast amid transphobic attacks.
Wow.
That's what you want to label it?
Call them out. Call them out. Call out the mainstream media, Brett.
As Tyson was accused of grooming a minor, the alleged victim, now 20 years old, refutes the claims. So allegations of grooming children is now just a transphobic attack?
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Look at her face. Look at how incredulous she is. She's so smug because she knows she gets to destroy Rolling Stone for being the mainstream liberal media who's not going to report on the KRIS Tyson allegations accurately and is going to cover it up. Okay, so thank God Brett Cooper is here to do that for us and not let them cover it up. She's doing the right thing, guys. And very few people are doing that in the online landscape, and I love that Brett Cooper is covering this, okay? It's amazing. The mainstream media.
I don't think that's the dunk that you want it to be. I would maybe reword that.
I would maybe reword that.
A piece of advice for you. Just saying. Now, on top of that, other streamers who are quick to attack Dr. Disrespect are now wanting to wait until they have more of the story. They want to wait until there's more evidence, even though the evidence was already out there when they posted these tweets. Pokemon tweeted and said, "It's a shame that people will see this as an opportunity to attack the trans community as a whole. One person's
Get her ass.
actions does
Get her ass. Pokemon's fake libtard media. Brett Cooper is base chud media. Call her out.
not reflect on every single trans
Get her.
person, so please don't view it that way." That's what you're concerned with, right?
Pokemon said the N-word too, Brett. You got to call her out for that.
Right now, another streamer said, "I'm still in the process of moving, so I haven't been able to fully keep up. But in the meantime, since I've been tagged a bunch, files are bad. Trans does not equal pedo. The actions of one trans person does not mean all. Sucks to see so many anti-trans
She's defending KRIS.
people act as if it does. I'm hoping that Ava speaks up. Dr. D is still gross." Lastly, to the incels that only tagged Pokey and I.
The incels. The incels. But she likes the incels, doesn't she? Brett knows. She knows I'm an incel. She loves incels. She'll defend them.
To speak up, even though everybody did. After D did himself, you're weird. Focus your hate towards the for once.
True.
And this is in stark comparison to the tweets that they made.
I like her sweater. Very reserved, very toned down, very conservative of her, I would say. Very conservative.
About Dr. Disrespect. There was no excusing it. There was no, guys, let's just wait, innocent until proven guilty. We have no idea. He's a good guy. Nothing like that. It was just Dr. Disgusting. Yuck. This is terrible. What an awful human being. Those types of tweets. And all of this is because Tyson is part of a protected class. Dr. Disrespect, a straight man who has spoken out against a lot of this nonsense, is certainly not. Absolutely spot on. I mean, the hypocrisy is just glaring. Now, Tyson absolutely deserved to be fired, and this should be investigated. I'm glad that MrBeast is doing that. And Tyson should be focusing on his family and his mental health. And I think that part of the story goes without saying.
Wow.
I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of the comment section and maybe even learned something new. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you want some, hopefully more uplifting content, you can follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. See you guys next.
Whoa, Instagram. Don't know if I should do that to myself. Don't know if I should do that to myself. I feel like that's a bad idea. I feel like it's a bad idea out of respect to Brett. All right. With that out of the way, we've got some other stuff to go over. I know there's more MrBeast allegations from that video by Dogpack. We'll finally watch that video. I'll try to get through all of it, okay? I'll try to get through all of it. Anyhow, I'm going to be doing a long stream today. I'm going to try to get another 4 or 5 hours in. Why'd I pull up her channel? Well, she's got her feet up there. What's up with the feet? Ooh, what's up with the feet, Brett? Ooh, don't know what that is. Anyhow, we'll be back. Give me a minute.